What the?
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I need one more thing from you.
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us. The stubborn bastard's asking...
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd send for Captain Burner to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's so keen to speak to you...
I'll try to get something out of him. Where is he?
He's locked up in the tower. Bernard will give you the key.
Very well, sir.
Look out!
I need the key to Jezek's cell.
So, Sir Radzig let him...
Don't take it that way. He probably wants to talk to me because he reckons he can hoodwink me. But that's where he's wrong.
Just try not to mess it up. Here's that key.
Thanks.
My humble greetings. How may I help you?
I'd like
And what is...
a bit of...
Take care.
Welcome, Henry. Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me of all people?
You brought me here. You should consider it an honor.
If hanging around in a damp dungeon with a condemned man is your idea of honor...
You're not seeing the bright side. You can be the one who uncovers a conspiracy against the king for your master. You don't get an opportunity like that every day. It did cross my mind, though, that it might be nice to get some assurances for my cooperation. After all, I'm the one the Margrave unjustly declared the scourge of the land and expelled from Moravia. They even pulled my beautiful castle down. It was the necessity of making a living that forced me to take some liberties.
Do you really want to question the authority of the Margrave?
I've always been loyal to the crown, but what can I do when the Margrave stole my...
That's not why we're here. I don't care about your conflict with the Margrave. It's your crimes against the king I'm worried about. The king you say you've always been so loyal to.
Very well, ask me anything you want.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who are you making those forgeries for?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man...
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps in Sasau recruit me.
Recruit you into...
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me in charge of the counterfeiting. A foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too. But I don't know who.
How did you come to hear of...
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago, and they said they were heading for Sasau, that armed men were being recruited, and they'll hire anyone.
Old friends?
Just a couple.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself mixed up with all sorts.
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise. We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything. Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it. The fake ones, of course.
Where can I find the recruiting gang?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me. I don't suppose you'd find them there now.
This Eric, you reckon he's not the one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting place.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face there again.
This highly placed person at the monastery, what can you tell me about him?
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of the forge.
I see.
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out. Eric's...
That'll do me for...
Will you...
Why would Sir Radzig want your allegiance? You're a criminal, and that's how you'll be treated.
Vegetables!
Crickets in all the field, my fine wares will brighten your every day.
We only started.
God be with you, Henry. So what have you learned?
Ale.
All sorts of things. There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at the monastery.
The monastery? Really?
That's what Jezek claimed.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the utmost caution.
Why? Can't we just go to the monastery to investigate?
No. If the church is truly involved, I have no authority.
So what will you do?
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with Hanush. And what of this Eric? Who is he?
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and forming an army.
Damn! So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Jezek is convinced this Eric is only a go-between, and there's someone bigger behind him.
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time.
It might not be as straightforward as that. Sir Jezek didn't know them and has no idea how to find them.
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasau and try to find them.
Oh. I know Miller Simon at the Sasau Mill.
There you are. Millers usually know what's going on behind the scenes. Go there and talk to him. Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract unwelcome attention. What we want is for the crimps to take you for just another village lad they can lure into their gang.
All right, sir. I'll try to blend in as best I can.
I know I'm asking a lot of you. But I know of no one else who could help as much as you can now.
As you command, sir.
Chicken!
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Listen, have you heard of any recruiters looking for men in Sasau?
Aye.
And? Where can I find them? And will they speak?
And what do you want with them? Never mind. Listen to me carefully. Tomorrow night there'll be a light in the Sasau church and the door will be open. Go in and start praying Our Father.
And how will that help me with the recruiters?
That's what the prayer's for. Just wait until the church is lit up at night. Kneel before the altar and they'll find you. Got it?
Of course. And thank you.
See you later.
Good health to you, Henry. Good evening.
How are things going?
Quite well. It's a lot of work. Johanka and brother Nicodemus showed me what to do, and I already know it.
Sounds good.
I have a roof over my head, enough to eat, and they even pay me. It's really quite fine.
I'm glad to hear it. And you've had...
No, everyone has been It's sweet of you to care, Henry. God be with you.
What do you want?
How are you doing?
Aye, much better. I'm truly grateful. A bit longer and I'll be able to run back to the woods and carry on.
Truth be told, I didn't come just for your health.
What do you need?
Well, I've heard tell there's work for fearless men who enjoy a bit of silver.
Ah, I believe I can help you with that. They used to frequent the tavern, but...
The church?
Aye, that's right. The church is locked at night, but if you see a light, the door will be open. Go in there and wait. Say a prayer or something, and then you'll...
That's it? I don't need to speak to anyone?
Just doing what I told you is enough. They'll give you a good look over and see if you've got the metal.
All right, thank you.
You took care of me, why wouldn't I? Take care.
Our Lord's tasting, good on bread and for frying. Come and get it, my people, and pork chuckers too. A joy to them.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like. People talk.
Well, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
I don't recall his name, but he was one of your friends. He said that he couldn't take me straight to you, that I had to go through the church.
He was right about that. But he still said more than he should have.
I know my way around. You won't go wrong with me.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight. But not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
I have to find him first.
You don't need to find him.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Oh, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister, or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and Pius. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work.
Who's Pius, and why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. A few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead...
And how am I supposed to...
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of St. Procopius. There might be a way into it from outside.
And do you have any other ideas besides secret passages?
And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
And how am I supposed to...
You'll think of something.
And do you have any other...
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you somehow. I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
And do you have any other...
We're not hiring stable boys. We want men who are prepared to do anything.
So how many men have you already sent?
Just a handful.
And what happened to them? Did they hang?
Just the first one. The others turned tail.
How will I recognize them?
You won't have been there long. You should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a fine-looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is, and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk. Then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellars. And I doubt he's suddenly stopped.
Murder someone in a monastery?
Murder's a sin as it is.
Yes, it does. I'd be spilling blood on hallowed ground.
Well then, knock him senseless, drag him outside, and finish him off where it's less sacred. I don't give a damn way you do it.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it.
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that...
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember... Good luck then.
How are you, Henry? Greetings. What do you need?
Sir, this investigation into...
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the Horsons who torched Neuhof.
That's excellent news.
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they call
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside...
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters, now this. I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't entirely congenial.
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Rattay. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your ability. Good luck, lad.
Good morning.
I'd like...
Greetings, good knight. How may I serve?
You wouldn't be Carl, but...
No. Good luck, then.
God be with you.
You wouldn't be...
No. Good luck then. A tank here!
I hope I...
You wouldn't be caught...
No.
God be with you.
I hope I can be of some humble servant.
You wouldn't be...
No. God be with you.
My pleasure.
Calm down.
I get... Greetings, good knight.
You wouldn't be...
No. Take care. My humble greetings.
You wouldn't be...
No. Goodbye. Ale for me. Huh? A tankard here.
God grant you...
I've got 2 hands.
You wouldn't be...
No.
Goodbye. I'll have a beer.
I hope I can be...
You wouldn't be...
No.
Take care. God save you.
You wouldn't...
No. See you later.
What the...
Ale. A tankard of ale for me. My humble greeting.
You wouldn't be...
No. Take care.
Yeah, give me a minute.
And besides, they've already accepted you.
Well, you could tell them I've run away. I'm honored that a knight such as you...
Are you Carl by it?
I am.
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes. Yes, it's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel, so instead I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor?
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you.
Could we speak?
Really? Well, I'd love to talk about it, but we won't have Get rid of him. Take care.
Mother of God.
Tonight, I shall get drunk.
Again? This is getting dull.
If I'm going to spend the rest of my life in prison, I'd like
No, yet. Any volunteers?
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to...
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone, but he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery, so there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. Take care.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam. Et non confundas me, ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione me.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
I haven't quite got my bearings yet. Could we talk...
Very well. I'll leave you alone for now. But don't fret. You'll find your feet...
Would you tell me something about your...
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs. Salve, be well. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware.
Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work.
As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry, Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitous. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We will be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around.
Will you tell me something?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
I'd like to ask... Who's in charge of things?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
Tell me something about...
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Who's in...
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
Are there already
Brothers John and Nevlas. But the others have been fighting.
This John...
A circator, and really just an unpleasant old man. It's mostly the older brothers on his side, because they believe he'll protect the status quo and all the benefits that come with long service here.
Tell me something about
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He's what they call the provost. He'd like to bring back solemnity to the monastery through reform and by returning to pure faith. A lovely idea, but most of the...
Why can't novices...
They say we don't have enough experience to decide about anything. Don't worry.
Why is who wins so...
We're young and we'll spend the rest of our lives here. And the abbot decides everything about our lives. Didn't it ever occur to you how powerful he is?
Who would you...
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote? Gregor, don't go poking your nose into other people's business.
What's the meaning of this? Have you been possessed by an evil spirit?
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Very well.
Would you... Is it alright if we don't do the tour?
I thought that since you're literally a complete novice, you'd be interested to know what you have to do tomorrow. Here's a letter from the prior with the daily schedule. Read it and observe.
Thanks for everything.
Are you sure? It will make your life easier if I show you around. Otherwise, tomorrow you'll be standing around staring like an idiot while everyone else...
Fine then.
Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
And now they hurt again. But worse than last time. I tell you, something is going to happen out there. You might be wrong. And besides, God will be our protector.
Salve. This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware.
Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work.
As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The Rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitous. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how.
And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like... If you need...
Thanks for... Will you... Who... Are they... Tell me... What... Truth... Are there already... This... Tell... They... What... I'd like to ask... Who... Truth... I see. Well, that's all.
Cease this disgraceful behavior.
Stop, Gregor!
Brother? You were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know your place? Don't you know where you're permitted to enter?
Very well, brother.
Now, show me what you have on you. I must confiscate any...
While I was locked up, someone was making quite a racket in the cellar. Blind drunk, I'm sure of it. I wonder what's been going on.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks. Is it all right?
I'll work. Suit yourself.
Go away.
Novices aren't allowed.
What troubles you?
I'd like to ask...
Can't you see him?
The forbidden books must be in that cabinet.
He'll still be on the scene for many years to come.
I wish all good health upon him, but I want change, and only a new abbot can bring that.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Well, probably the same as you. I want to be able to read in peace and quiet, and not just...
Ah, I see. Well then, I'll just concentrate on...
As you wish. And if I could... Until recently, it was still...
Maybe I could get in...
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'd love to pore over some of those tomes. We'd be in it together.
We'll see what I can do. My name's Gregor.
You can call...
Did you say Purga?
You'll see...
Shouldn't you be getting your rest, not wandering about like a ghost?
What have we here? It looks like a book with the names of all the novices. Interesting. But I still don't know which one of them is pious.
Clear off. Let me sleep.
Let them apply themselves
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
After the 6th hour, having left the table,
Brother,
let them rest on their beds.
where were you during Mass? Don't tell me you didn't know that Holy Mass is the foundation.
I definitely was there. I did come a little late, so perhaps no one noticed.
Really? Fine then.
I'm Gregor.
I know. I saw you in the church during ceremony. I have the feeling...
What does that mean?
I make sure everyone observes the rules, does their work...
And when it's not the...
Then we're all...
or
Brother,
drive them away with excessive
you were somewhere you shouldn't have been.
weakness must be taken
Don't
into
you know your
consideration
place?
by the abbot.
Don't you know where...
The rule of Saint Benedict.
I've had enough of this. You'll never...
You dare resist punishment? Let me remind you, brother, you will suffer the consequences of your...
Nothing dearer to them than Christ, who, because of the holy service they have professed, and the fear
Yes,
of hell,
brother.
and
That's...
the glory of life,
I'm resisting punishment.
as soon as anything
I've had it up to my neck with you, your mom...
You failed to complete your trial period as a novice. You are hereby banished...
But this very...
That's it. The book with information about the novices. Interesting. But I still don't know which one of them is pious.
Salve Domine. Are you sure that belongs here?
No.
Ah, Gregor.
I'd be interested... That's all. I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of a...
Who'd tear up a book like that? Brother librarian might know.
I'd like to ask... Will you tell...
What? That there's no... No...
That's all. That's all. Tell me... What?
Are there all...
Brothers John... Ne- They say...
What?
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the...
You don't say.
Someone whose job it is...
Punishment?
I don't know yet. I'm still just on... Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be...
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. No one knows anything about Lucas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't... Actually...
I don't think it was him. But please, don't...
Don't fret, my friend.
I know you're pious. The man I've been...
So you're finally sure? Tell me, Gregor, or Carl, or whatever your true name is.
I don't know.
Well, at least you're prepared to think and not just play bloodhound for a pack of nobodies.
I don't want to be like the people I'm looking for. If I have to kill, it should be for a reason, not because I...
You know, we're both pawns in someone else's game. They have plans for us, but we don't have to let them use... I was a bandit, and I was at Nyhoff. I've robbed and stolen, but I swear to God I've never in my life slain in... What I saw at Nyhoff made me realize my life was worth shit. But
So the evildoer changes his ways and finds God.
Both of us can leave this place. You can go back to your people, and I can...
What if I wanted a different option?
You could kill another novice, I suppose. If news of the murder... Before we make a run for it, there we'll split up.
Good. Let's do it your...
Good.
What are you going to do?
I need to get ready for a long journey. Prepare supplies, get some normal clothing somehow. That sort of thing. You can escape in that habit, but I need to vanish as fast as I can.
What do I need the keys to the monastery for?
How else will we get out? This place is practically a prison.
Do you mean these keys?
What? I'm not going to ask you how you got your hand.
And where am I supposed to get my hands on?
You'll find a parchment in the kitchen with a list of ingredients on it. All the things they're ordering. Add blood for making soup to the list. And when it's delivered the next day, take it before anyone notices it's even come.
All right, that's everything I need to know. I can...
Excellent. Come and see me once you have everything. And Gregor... God be with you.
Brother, you were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know you...
I've had enough of this. You'll never put me in seclusion.
You dare resist punishment? Let me remind you, brother, you will suffer the consequences of your deeds.
Yes.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Is it all? Thanks for it.
They say you won't make it to the altar.
superiors to chase around after them, finishing what they don't.
Would you like to finish someone's feeding in the garden?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Maybe I could... The forbidden books must be in that cabinet.
What are you doing outside of here? You should be sleeping, not scaring people.
No. Clear off. Let me sleep. Are you waking me? Go away.
Ah, Gregor. I'm...
Someone... Perhaps...
No one...
I know you're pious.
So you're...
I don't know. I'm not sure.
What?
I don't want to...
When I saw...
So the evil...
Both of us can...
You're right. But the people who sent me will find out if I don't kill you.
They won't if we're clever about it. No one has to die. Before we make a run for it, we'll make it look like someone's killed me. Loads of blood, a tattered scrap of my habit, and footprints leading towards the river. No one will bother looking for my body there. There we'll split up. You go for your bounty, and I'll get as far away from here as I can.
Good. Let's do it your way.
Good. I'm glad that despite our initial discord, we could reach an agreement. Here, take something to calm your stomach. Now we'll need the keys to the monastery, and some blood to make the tracks.
What are you... What do I need?
How else will we get at?
Do you mean these...
What? I'm not going to ask you how you got your hands on those.
And where am I supposed to get my hands on blood in a monastery?
You'll find a parchment in the kitchen with a list of ingredients on it. All the things they're ordering. Add blood for making soup to the list. And when it's delivered the next day, take it before anyone notices it's even come.
All right, that's everything I need to know.
Excellent. Come and see me once you have everything. And try to be as fast... And Gregor...
Peace be with you, brother.
Brother, you were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know your place? Don't you know where you're permitted?
Very well, brother.
You failed to complete your trial period as a novice. You are hereby banished from the...